So today I'm just going to be doing another segment in my back to school series, and this one is all about organization. I know it can be super hard going from a summer where you're just lazy and you don't have to wake up on time and you just don't really have much to do, from going there to back to school, which is you have to be always on top of things, you have to pay attention throughout the whole class. It is just a huge difference. So it can be hard getting back to school and organized. So my main thing is I'm going to give you some tips on how to stay organized. My first tip I'm going to give you is to have a planner. I think having a planner is very crucial because it just is really easy to write down all your assignments and due dates if you have a planner, and then you can, if you forget something, you can always look back. And it is seriously, planners are a gift from God. My school gives everybody a planner, so I don't know if everyone's school does that, but this is the one that my school gives. This is last year's, and I have to cover up the name because it's my high school on there. And so the inside just looks like this. I'll show you an example of, you can just write different things in here. So this is an example of what I wrote this is for June 4th, and I just had an English study session and a project due, and then I had vocab note cards due, and then I had study for world history written down, and then I had at the very bottom, cheer parent meeting, 6 o'clock at Field House. So that's pretty much just what I wrote, and then how I do it is for each little section of the column, I will have a different class. So my first section was obviously English, and my second was world history. And I just found it so easy to use when I was using this planner, and it came in so handy, and I just wouldn't know what to do without a planner. So I really recommend going to the store and buying a planner if your school does not provide them for you. Or if you're not wanting to spend the money on a planner, I have found a great free app for your phone. I don't really remember exactly what I looked up, but I'm pretty sure I kind of was looking around student agenda, student assignment book, something like that, and I came upon this one, and it's called My Homework, and you just program your classes in there. So right now I have already next year's classes programmed in here. So I have English, chemistry, health, algebra 2, and Spanish 2 already programmed in here, and then there's another part of it, and you click homework, and you can add the homework that you have for that class, and then when you're done with the homework, you press finish, and it's all done. It also comes with a calendar, and if you click on a day, it'll tell you what homework is due that day and what classes you have that day. So it is so handy, and especially if you're a college student, I know that's what it was meant for, but high school students can totally use it too. My next tip is to have a specific folder and notebook for each class. This is I found it so necessary. So just label a folder and a notebook. So say this folder and notebook was for English. These were the only things you would take to English, and it was just so much easier. And then when you're done with this, you put it back in your locker, and then if you have homework, you can just grab the folder and your homework, and everything would be in the folder. So I just found it so much easier when I did that than having one folder and just a whole bunch of papers in there, and you never know where to look for anything. So having a specific folder and notebook for each class makes it so simple, and the notebook makes it so much easier to take notes, and you can just write things down really quick, and oh, I have to study for a world history test. All your notes are going to be in that notebook. So it just makes it so much easier. I know for some classes that you cannot use a folder, so you have to use a binder. So my third tip is, when using a binder, you must, I know at my school, if the class is going to make you have a binder, you are going to be taking a grade on that binder, and everything has to be perfectly organized within the binder. So my third tip is that as soon as you get a paper back, you put it directly in the binder, because it is literally, that's how you are going to know you have all your papers in there. If you just wait and stuff them in a book or something, then next thing you know, you're going to lose them and you won't know where to find them. And so another thing I recommend is putting tabs in the binder. This one's from last year. So I had my tabs labeled handouts, homework, labs, and quizzes. So when I would get a lab back, I would just quick stick it in the lab section. Or if I had a homework assignment, I would put it in the homework section. So everything was super organized and I knew exactly where everything was, and so it just made it so much easier. My fourth tip I'm going to give you guys is to prepare for the next day at night, because in the morning you do not want to be like rushing around trying to find things. You just want to be able to get up, get ready, eat breakfast, and not have to worry about schoolwork until you get to school. If you're going to leave all your papers that you did the night before just on your desk, chances are you have a strong chance of forgetting something. I don't know how many times I have forgotten papers at home and I used to be like, Mom or Dad, come please bring me this paper. It's due today, and if I don't have it by a certain time, I'm going to get a 0 on it. And that is so stressful. And the whole day until your parents are there with that paper, you're freaking out like, oh my gosh, what if this doesn't come in, or what if they forgot about it? Finishing homework, you put it right away back into your backpack, and then before you go to school, just grab your backpack, and you know just everything's already in there. So I just find it so much easier. And along with this, I say if you're going to be packing your lunch, also pack it the night before, because you want to be able to pack a good lunch, not something that was just thrown together. You want to pack something that's going to be delicious and going to hold you over till the end of the day, because I know that I am so hungry by lunchtime. It is ridiculous. My fifth tip I'm going to give you guys is to set a specific time each day for homework. Because if you're waiting to do homework till 9 o'clock at night, you're going to be so tired, you're not even going to want to do it. But if you get home from school or get home from practice and you set a time, an hour or two each night for homework and just homework, then you're going to be able to get it done, and you're going to be able to go to bed on time or watch your favorite show or something like that. And if you don't have time to watch your favorite show, there's always TiVo. You can a lot of times watch it on the internet, and most shows are replayed, so that should not be on your minds. Homework should always come before Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TV. That is how you're going to keep your grades up. If you're going to be on Facebook while trying to study for a test, chances are you're not going to get a good grade on the test. So always put schoolwork before pleasure. That is how I see it in my own eyes, and I just find it so much easier when I do that. My final tip, this is my sixth tip, and it is do not procrastinate anything. To stay organized, you are not going to want to have to do something the night before. You put it in your planner and you set aside time. Even if it has to be on the weekend, I know you don't want to do homework then, but Sundays are, a lot of times you're not going to be doing anything. Those are a great time to work on projects that are due. You don't want to have to be rushing to do them the night before, and then what happens if you still have to do a project, but you still have homework to do from a bunch of other classes? You are just going to be so stressed out. So I know I procrastinate a lot, and this is why I'm trying to tell you this, because I can't even tell you how hard it is to do a project the night before. I have gotten bad grades on things because of doing that, and it is not fun to sit there till midnight on a school night, and then you have to wake up at 6 in the morning. No, you don't want to do that. So do not procrastinate. I cannot stress that. Alright guys, so these are all the tips I'm going to be giving you. If you found this video useful, just comment in the down bar and tell me. I really hope it was, because I know that if I follow these tips, I feel so much less stressed out, and it's just so much easier to stay organized. Alright guys, well, I'll probably be doing a few more videos in this Back to School series. So until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!